Hi guys, Jason West here. How are you? So today I'm going to show you how to do split testing. So what exactly is split testing in the first place? Well, basically it's when we try and increase our conversion rate of whatever it is we're trying to do. Let's say we've got two web pages. And in the case of this video, I'm going to talk to you about webinar registration pages. So we're going to create two webinar registration pages and see which one gets the most people to register for a webinar. Now, why does that matter? Well, over time, if you can just incrementally increase the amount of people who opt in and register for your webinar, then obviously that has a real good trickle-on effect all the way down the line. You're going to end up getting more people on that webinar, more people will convert from that webinar, then more people buy the product, you know, and then potentially more people buy the upsell, more people buy the downsell, and so on. So it really can have a big knock-on effect to your end goal and your amount of money you're making by doing split testing. And you can do it for emails as well and everything. But I'm just going to show you today how to do split testing in my favorite tool, which is Kartra. And if you want to try out Kartra, here's the address. As a 14-day trial for $1. It's like bit.ly/one try Kartra if you want to give it a whirl. But let's get on now to this here. Here we go. So here's my Kartra account and I've got all my pages there. Let's say this one here. This is an existing webinar registration page. I'm just going to clone it. So that's a nice, quick and easy way to create your split test version. So we'll call it V2 new and then clone it. So the other good thing to do with split testing that I recommend doing is to change big things. Change big things. Don't go changing a button color because it could take you an age to get the results for that, to find out which button color is better. Go for big things. You know, like this title here, we've got how to go from 0 to 5K per month, sourcing properties in 90 days. So I would be looking to change that you know, to something really totally and utterly different. And I'd probably also change the picture. So let's just say this way to reach an income of 5K per month with property, or actually without, let's change it to without buying a single property. There we go. That's quite dramatic, and it's got classic good, you know, benefit and without biggest fear and so on. So let's just go. We're going to do that there. So 5K per month. I'd probably like to just change that to look a little bit more like this. And then what I'm going to do next is just leave that like that. Maybe just change this picture. So let's go in here and just change the picture over. If I can, there we go. So I'm going to pick some more houses, something else. Let's have a look. Well, actually, we can actually use this here. And let's just do a quick search for it. Here we go. That's quite a nice picture. We can do some houses there like that. And then just select confirm, apply. There we go. So we've got a totally different picture now. We've got a totally different headline. So that's good enough for me to think about changing that. So I'm going to publish the page. And then we're going to get our URL, which of course you can customize in Kartra. For those of you that haven't used it before, you just can put in your own domain name. If you've already got your website on your main domain name, then you can just create a subdomain name. So I'm just going to call this SMS webinar V2 new and then save that URL. There we go. Done. Okay, so there's our page now. So we've got two pages that we're ready to test. And now we need to go over to this section, which is pages and then split tests. And then we just click create, or this one here, plus on the split test. Now you can see there's one that's been going on in the background there from some time back now. And I had a winner there. So I had page 1 was the loser and page 2 turned out to be the winner. And we can split the traffic up 50-50. That's what I do. So I'll set it up from scratch, a new one. Let's just call this one then SMS webinar test. And then go to next, choose the pages. So I chose, let me have a look, SMS, just down here. Where are you? SMS, there we go. Webinar landing page V1. And we'll choose 50%. If you're getting amazing results, by the way, with one of your webinar registration pages, you're a bit nervous about splitting 50% off to another page to see if it beats it, then don't worry, maybe just do 80-20. It'll just mean it'll take longer time to get the results, that's all. And then we'll go to SMS webinar V2, and we'll do 50% there like that. Click add, and then go to next. And now we want to be tracking the goal. And the goal this time will be to see that they land on the webinar thank you page. So what we need to do is just go to this one here. Live SMS webinar registration. There we go. And then click next. And then we're going to go to don't auto select a winner, and then click next. And then also I'm going to be tagging the traffic from this link that we're going to get in just a moment, and then putting it down as a Facebook ad lead. So just clicking add there, clicking next, and then there we go. We've got our link just now. So this is now going to be the link that we use for Facebook and everything, so that we can send traffic to these two pages. And there you go. You can see them just there. And I'm just going to visit one just now. Let's just go here. There's the link. And it'll just keep switching. So you get a new link. It'll just keep switching between those two pages each time. So there we go. This was one registration page. It wasn't the one that you saw, actually. I selected a different one, but this gives you the idea. And then the next time, you know, somebody goes to that link, probably from a different IP or something, then it'll just keep switching and rotating and switching and rotating. And gradually the stats will build up just here, and you'll start to see the visitors for the page coming up. Let's have a little look. Just takes a few seconds. There we go. So you can see it's registered one of my visits there. And now we've got one visit, but there's no goal because I didn't follow through and register for the webinar, but that's what will happen. And then gradually as well, you can see the revenue generated as well, which may or may not be applicable. This is just a webinar registration. So, but it will tell us later on if somebody buys a product, and that revenue will start appearing there. So that's how you do split testing then, guys. That's how you split test a page, a webinar registration page, in this case for Kartra. Now, if you want to do some free Kartra training at any time, feel free, bit.ly/learn Kartra if you want to do that. And then you are ready to go. I'll give you a load of training videos just like this one, and probably including this one, because I tend to put them all into this training area, everything that I do. So it's well worth going there if you want a ton of free training. You know, the only thing, what do I get out of it? Well, I tell you what I get out of it. Hopefully, if you're not already with Kartra, then maybe you'll sign up for Kartra. And I only recommend tools which are, you know, fantastic and work. I'd never recommend to you something else if it's no good and I haven't tried it. And then also, if you ever want to speed things up a little bit, then having looked at my training that's free, you may want to later on try one of my funnels, which you can see the URL is here, jasonwest.com/funnel shop. And there you've got complete campaigns that are built in Kartra that you can just import into your account and just like get it done really, really quick and just have a ready-made funnel. All you have to do is edit your, you know, your logo and your name and your details. Job done. So there you go. That's it then, guys. That's my little tutorial-y type video for today. And I hope you've got something out of that. And now you're going to start split testing and increasing your conversion rates and making more money. I'll see you soon.